Oops, I'm going to start over. Good morning, everyone. Shana Acquisto, broker of Acquisto Real Estate. And today we have a special guest, Jessica Reinhardt.
Hi.
She is here in our studio. You like our studio?
Yes, it's very
office.
nice.
And Jessica is in commercial real estate. So we are going to talk all about the commercial market and commercial real estate with Jessica. And you're going to learn so much. So thank you for being here today. We're so happy to have you. And in case you were wondering, we are live. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And, you know, there's a lot of people watching you. So
Okay, no pressure.
so no pressure, no pressure. And every morning we also do roll calls. So we do this for our agents and a lot of new people or people outside of our real estate family log on. So we invite everyone to please chat in, let us know who you are, and so you're not another number, right? So thank you all for joining us today. Like I said, we have Jessica Reinhardt here. Jessica is with Lee and Associates. It's a commercial brokerage. And today we're going to talk about Jessica, and we're going to talk about the commercial real estate market. What is commercial real estate? I think you might have some surprises there. And what makes you successful in your profession? And then how do we hand off a commercial client to Jessica? So that's going to be important. What do we need to know to get you the best information so we set it up for success? So we're going to get started here. And I talked to Jessica about the bell. She's the bell girl today. So once you hit that, we'll get started. Good morning, everyone. Shana and Jessica here. We are talking to Jessica Reinhardt today with Lee and Associates. Jessica is a real estate broker, and she has been for 20 years as well. Us too, Jessica.
Oh, good. Yes.
So it's a long time, right?
Not really.
Well, actually, it does go by really, really fast. So you're in commercial real estate. You're a real estate broker. So tell us, what is commercial real estate exactly?
Okay, so commercial real estate encompasses lots of different avenues. So there's some people that would like to buy and sell commercial buildings, which could include office buildings, warehouse buildings, manufacturing facilities, retail locations. And not only is it regarding the buying and selling, but it's also tenants or people that want to just lease space in any of those sectors. We're there to help you do that.
Okay, well, great. So we understand that, you know, residential is one thing, but commercial kind of encompasses a little bit more than you would think, right? Like, I don't know, you deal a lot with, you know, tenants. Although it's commercial, there's a lot of that you do.
Yes, so we deal a lot with business owners, entrepreneurs, people that are wanting to start businesses. They, you have small mom and pop companies that normally work out of their homes and they outgrow them and then they're ready to get into a professional setting. And so we can help them find an office space. But let's say they have a business that they ship out products and they need a place to store their products. So then maybe we gear them and take them to more like a flex property, which has an office component in the front and a warehousing component in the back. It's a way to fulfill both of those needs, have an office and store your products, ship out of there, all in one location.
Okay, and it's not just, it could be a very small commercial lease or building or something grand like a mall, right?
Correct. Yes. We have tenants that may just need to lease a small 1,000 square foot office space where it's a reception area and 3 little offices. Or you may have a company that needs a huge 100,000 square foot warehouse, and we're able to accommodate all those types of tenants.
Okay, great. All right. Well, thanks. We're going to close that topic out, but thank you for sharing that with us. Hey guys, today we are learning all about commercial real estate with Jessica Reinhardt, and this is great information because we are all dying to know, how is the commercial market? Is it the same as residential or is it different?
So you would be surprised. Lately, it is just as crazy as the residential market in some sectors. In some sectors. So, like I said, we deal with the office component, and we deal with retail, and then there's industrial, flex property, warehouse property. Retail is starting to have a comeback. Office is still a little slow, but it's starting to catch up. And then in your industrial, warehouse, flex property, activity is really picking up. I've worked with a few tenants in the last couple of months, and the competition is just as hot as it is in the residential market. We put in an offer, and come to find out there's 3 other offers, and maybe we lose it, and then we have to continue the search, just like in residential, and it makes it a little tougher to find something for tenants these days, but there is still property out there. It's just, a few more steps to find it.
I guess I'm surprised by that because with everything that happened with the pandemic, it was just kind of a perception that there was going to be all of these vacant buildings and what were we going to do with all these, huge, large buildings that now everybody can work from home.
Right. Well, I think, if you walk office buildings, it may be a little quiet in those, but, there's lots of people that can't work from home, don't want to work from home. So they still want to have an office to go to. And then I think during COVID, the shift really happened where people did a lot more online shopping. And then companies had to store that product somewhere to be able to ship it out. So instead of going to the retail locations, they had to go to the online arena. And then companies had to shift gears and ship products somewhere and then ship it from that location out to the consumer. So I think that's why we had a huge increase in demand for industrial space, warehouse space, just right after COVID.
Yeah. So are people coming in and bidding above like the typical rate, or are they offering to buy them a car, or are there crazy things happening in commercial?
Right. So maybe in the office market, you'll still see a few incentives being offered to get tenants in there. But I think depending on the size
But it's the
range,
other way around. It's not to get the property. It's like, hey, we'll give you a car if you lease from us. Whatever it is.
Yes. And so the incentives for industrial flex space, it's not as much as it used to be, and the free rent being offered is not as much as it used to be. They don't have to. They have the demand. They have, if you don't take it, then there's someone else that will come along and take it. So, but again, the goal is to get tenants in there. You'll find some, but not as much as it used to be in the past.
What, this is kind of just my thought right now. What is the most surprising? So for us in real estate, we can't believe the prices of the homes today versus, 8 or 9 years ago. But the amount of, what surprises me is there are people that instead of going and getting home and renovating it, they will take that money and spend it overbidding on a home, like $100,000, $200,000. So what do you see? So in this shift, what do you see as the most surprising
So
thing?
you see this similar. Tenants are offering, or actually landlords have pushed rates because they can. Rates that are out there today are maybe seen back in the 80s. I mean, some of these rates haven't been seen in a while. And then with that, again, like the free rent, you used to be able to get, for example, maybe a month of free rent per year of lease signed. You're not seeing that anymore. And then tenants are a lot less willing, or a lot more willing, to take a space in the current condition that it's in versus asking for all this finish out, and then maybe do it themselves because they fear that if they ask for all these things, paint, carpet, that they may lose the deal. So you have tenants that are a little bit more willing to not ask for as much as they used to in the past.
So when you have a client, for residential, we have people that'll, they do all the research online and they come in with a lot of knowledge that they've heard online. So same with you. How do you overcome that when they come in and say, no, I'm not overbidding. I don't need to do that. That's ridiculous. Just getting that message across to them.
Exactly. Yes. So we do have people that say, "Oh, well, I read that all these office buildings are vacant, and
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So it happens. I mean, again, office is a little different animal, but basically we'll pull comps just like you pull comps for homes that have sold in the area. So we'll do comps for that area, that type of building, that size range, and just show them, this is what deals are getting done at. Do you want it? Or do you want to look in another area where maybe rates are more suitable to your budget? It's all a game where you have to mix and match to find the right spot.
You do, but you have to just show facts, right?
Right.
You can't just be that salesperson that is telling them just whatever it is. You have to back it with some facts.
Exactly.
So.
And then you have tenants whose leases are coming up, and the landlord wants to raise their rate a huge number. And the tenants are like, oh, well, fine, then I'll just go down the road where it's cheaper. But then tenants start doing their research, pull comps, and, well, come to find out, it may not be as bad as they thought. So,
wow.
Yes.
All right. So the commercial market, guys, is just as crazy as residential.
Yes.
So good to know. All right, Jessica, let's close it out. Hi, I'm here with Jessica Reinhardt. We're talking all about commercial real estate today, and I want to take a minute and talk about your success in your profession and what makes you successful, and is it the same as, is it very similar to what we do or not?
So there's similarities. It's I think a business based on relationships. We get to know the people, and we want to keep them long term, and they can provide referrals to us as well if we treat them right and give them the business that they need, and gear them the right way. And we have to know the market. We specialize in certain areas. Me and my team focus on the Northeast Dallas area. So I really know that area. I know what rates are at. I know our competitors, what they're offering. I think just having that knowledge of where you're working at really helps, because if you go into one space and you know what they're offering, what the finish out looks like, but you can guide someone and say, well, across the street, they're offering this type of finish out at this rate, and guide people to where they need to be. And then we really get to know the tenants in the area. We go door to door to find out which tenants are where, what type of business they have. Are they growing? Are they downsizing? And get to know their needs. And then it kind of helps when you're working with other groups that, hey, this guy down the street might be moving out because they've outgrown their space, or, we get to know what people's needs are.
Do you have off market? Do you do a lot of off market? And can you do that?
Yes.
Do you fall under the same clear cooperation?
Yes.
Wow.
So we, it's a little tough, but we can go directly to landlords or owners and ask them if they're wanting to sell their property. And we may not advertise it to all the other agents, and we may just have our database of clients that we know are looking for certain product at certain price points, and we may try to present it to them first, and then maybe we take it to the market, maybe we don't. But yes, we definitely deal with off-market opportunities.
Okay. And if people are looking for commercial real estate, where do they search? Because you don't have a commercial MLS. I mean, there's some things in our MLS, but that's not really the go-to place to find properties.
We prefer that you come to us and we can guide you. But there are online websites. The biggest one is CoStar.
Okay.
That's what most of the commercial agents use. It's similar to an MLS system. And then there's also LoopNet, which more direct users will go there to look for information, but not all properties are on there. And kind of like you mentioned earlier, we may know about listings that aren't on there, and then we can help, present those opportunities to you.
So the topic was what makes you successful. And I heard these things: competency, but I feel like maybe you go a little above and beyond, because you're competent in the area, but you are going out to meet the people. So then they know who you are, And then if they're looking to do anything commercial real estate related, they're going to remember, oh, that's a go-getter. She's out there, trying to match these deals and find properties for her clients. That's a person I want to work with. So I think that's really good.
Yes. And then the other point is that once you do find that space, then whether it's to buy or to lease, then we guide you through the lease or through the contract. So that's the other important component, because we will mention items or highlight items that you may not be aware of and things to look out for in the lease that will, in the long term, could cost you money. And, what are your responsibilities in that lease? Are you responsible for the HVAC units, things like that you may not think of, but we have that knowledge to guide you to point those aspects out in the contract to you.
Okay. All right, great. Well, thanks for that. I see why you're successful now. All right, Jessica, close it out. Hey there, Shana Acquisto, broker of Acquisto Real Estate, and Jessica Reinhardt. She's a real estate broker as well with Lee and Associates. So we are talking today about commercial real estate, and we want to know, what do we need to know to hand off a commercial client to you? Because we're not competent in that area. We want to pass it off, but do we need to know about triple net, lease? How much do we need to know?
So I don't think you need to know that part. Okay. That's more of our specialty of knowing what those terms mean. And when we get to leases, we will help them, the prospect, with those terms. But I think we just need to know basic information. What type of business do they have? Do they need just an office space in an office building, or do they need that office warehouse component? And where are they looking? Because as I mentioned, we have different teams in our office that focus on different areas. So we want to make sure we put the right agent for that prospect together. And then, when do they need it? That's another a good thing to know. And then I think those would be the main, just
so
basic
we don't
things.
need to dive in and know all these specifics, but something that a lot of people say, look, I'm looking for an X triple net. So can you just kind of give us a basic rundown of what does that mean? Like triple net?
A triple net lease. Okay, so there's different types of leases. There's full service leases. There's triple net leases. There's industrial gross leases. And then there's sub-type leases of those. But quickly, a full service lease, pretty much you'll find those in office buildings. They encompass everything. So the landlord will pay for the maintenance inside the suite. If a light bulb goes out, they take care of it. Something wrong with the AC, they take care of it. And these are general terms. This is how it is most of the time in full service leases. But you will have to ask who pays for the electricity. I mean, it may be covered in the full service lease, it may not.
Okay.
Then you have a triple net leases. What triple net lease, or what the triple N stand for, are taxes, insurance, and common area maintenance. So sometimes you'll find those in retail leases. Office buildings are starting to shift to triple net leases as well, but those are all expenses that you will have to pay. It's in addition to your rent. So that is something you have to, think about and ask, what type of lease am I getting into? And then in an industrial gross lease, so typically what you would call triple net, those expenses are included in your rate up to your base year. So there's a whole long explanation for all those different three types of leases, but quickly that's...
Okay. Look, we don't want to know. We don't want to dive in and know those, but, I hear the triple net a lot, and I wish Mike was here because he knows a lot about commercial too, and I think you guys would have a great conversation. So we're probably going to have you come back again sometime. But thank you for sharing that. So we're going to put Jessica's information in the chat, and we're also going to have that available in our resource guide. So if you guys have any commercial clients, please reach out to Jessica. She's been doing it a very long time, and she's going to take care of your clients. So we really appreciate you taking the time and being here with us today, and I can't wait for you to come back.
Yes, well, thank you for having me on. It was a pleasure.
Okay, thank you. All right, guys, our word of the day today is tenant representative. So typically what we do here is I read the definition and then we use it in a sentence. So I'll read the definition and you can use it in a sentence.
Okay.
You're going to play Mike today. So tenant representative. A tenant representative is a type of commercial real estate agent who focuses solely on the needs of the tenant.
So if you are looking for a space to lease, call Jessica Reinhardt to be your tenant representative.
I love it. That's great. Thanks, Jessica.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't even tell you and you did it. That's great. All right, guys, that is a wrap. We had a great day today with Jessica Reinhardt of Lee & Associates. Jessica is a commercial real estate broker, and we talked today about what is commercial real estate? How is the commercial real estate market? What makes Jessica successful in her profession? And the best way for us to hand off a client to Jessica. So thank you for joining us today. That's a wrap, and we'll see you guys to Monday. See you then.
Bye.
Omkar? Hi, my headphone died for some reason. It didn't charge last night.
So picture time.
Picture time. Okay, so we'll do just Jessica and I first.
All right.
Oh,
You just
We
get
normally
one and-
point if you
Okay.
want to point. Oh, I got to do it. Jeez.
All right.
Okay.
Then first topic, what is commercial real estate?
He wants a definition or what?
No, we do
Oh.
a photo, but
Oh.
Maybe hold up your book.
What is
Maybe
commercial?
associate
oh yeah, that's a great idea.
folder
Or maybe this? Or the folder?
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
that. Maybe behind you.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe something.
You ready, Omkar?
Yes. Now. Okay, done.
Okay.
Second topic we have is, how is commercial market?
Oh, we could do this. Okay.
You have to hit one. And now.
He's like, now, hurry up.
He's like, what's wrong with you girls? And then what makes you successful? Do you want to use your
We can use that.
your
Yeah.
big
Armadillo.
armadillo?
Let's see.
Competition. It's bragging rights.
Yeah.
What makes her successful.
Whoa.
Just like your that's your badass award.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, let's see. There you go.
Okay. And how to hand off a commercial plan?
I guess I just used my hand. Yeah. Okay.
Do I get to share screen?
Now. All right.
Sweet. Thank you, Omkar.
Last